Alright, let me just restart this. Ooh, developer commentary on this one, because I just kind of wanted to explain how things are going, because some people are like, whoa, how's that working on Scratch? It's 3D, whoa. And I guess just some general points of interest on, like, the storyline or whatever, or what even is this, and why it's being made or whatever. But yeah, it's a Block Tales fan game because, you know, like, I want to work on an RPG engine. So an RPG maker specifically, you know, for making games like this is going to come out eventually, and basically I just need to make, you know, a demo project. And I'm like, you know, what better to me than Block Tales, right? So I really liked Block Tales Chapter 5. It had a good old, whoa, it's fantasy and medieval, whoa. And I was like playing some Baldur's Gate at the time too, and I'm like, whoa, fantasy, this is so cool. So you'll see some elements from Baldur's Gate, but it's mainly just the, whatchamacallit. Here, let me open up, let me see, paint.net real quick, so I can just kind of illustrate what's happening, what I want to happen. So you have, like, here's, like, some dialogue, yada yada yada, right? And, what people might think happens with dialogue is, oh no, I have to make, like, a bunch of different events that go this way, and I gotta go blue, and then these, like, converge, and, like, blue, and then, like, there's, like, these ones over here, oh man, and it goes over here, and then it goes over this way, that way, and it goes over here, there's, like, a blip here and a blip there, yap, and you can see how that gets, like, very disorienting. And there's like, oh yeah, I have like a dice roll, and maybe you failed, so now you have to go over here, but maybe you can backtrack and go that way. So like, you can see how that gets pretty bad. And then, like, you know, some other games just thing happened, oh, there might be something on the side here, and then go back to thing happened. So I kind of want to simulate sort of that branching path method, while also trying to, you know, stay away from the linearness, to at least be like, okay, you know, something random might happen for the next playthrough, because based on someone's personality, right, they're going to want to try to make, like, the same choice. So, like, let's say, you know, you're a person who always does, like, the good option, so, like, on every playthrough, you're just going to go and keep choosing the good option, and you'll never be the bad guy and choose any of the evil ones, or whatever. And adding in some, like, dice rolls here, with no save scumming, because everything just auto-saves. You know, sometimes one of the linear things might go wrong, and now someone kind of said something bad or whatever, but it doesn't stop it from just going straight forward. So I think, like, the most complex a dialogue bit would go is, like, a thing happens, and then now you have, like, 4 different boxes right here like this. You have, like, 4 different paths here, and you got the chat here, boom, 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 boom. And we have a dice roll, so it can do this now, it can do this now, it can do this now, and then this now. So here's, like, the structure right now. So we have all these different bits here. Boom, 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 boom. Here's all the different dialogue options now as to things that happen if there's 4. And it has to go into here. All these have to eventually go back into here, so we can have, like, a nice, clean, consistent, so I can keep organized. And so most of them are just gonna go to the next dialogue option, but, you know, we can spice things up and be like, okay, well, let's put, like, a little note here. Okay, cool, you got a nice roll on this one, and so you got, like, a nice little reward. Here's, like, a little gem for you, because you did that. And then go back over here. So there is quite a bit of, you know, I think, like, the role-playing aspect is, like, the most important bit to focus on, so you can, like, you know, be your character. And so, I mean, there's that. And I could go more complex, but that would be way too long. So, like, all these have, like, 2 different outcomes, like 2, 4, 6, 8, except for this one. dice roll happens. So my resolve failed, and so it's like, oh, okay, ooga booga. So there's that. So the dialogue keeps going. For Lacefin, the Grey One, fighter. And there might be some bits where they're like, oh man, there's this sword, but I've never personally seen it, so I'll just call it the Grey One. Because there might be some bits in there like Astral Isles lore where they don't exactly know too much about a specific sword or something, I believe. And there is some speculation I'm going into because, you know, I'm not one of the Blocktails writers. I'm just kind of going off my gut here for a couple things, so I really need to get like an actual writer to help me with this because I got no clue what I'm saying. You know, I'm just rating a couple of these off of like 500 milligrams of caffeine, 2 hours of sleep, and some delirium. Cause I got a job, unemployed, so sad, very sad. Oh, F and chat. Not the fourth. The wielder survives and the city does not. I'll just be like, let's see, heart, we can be like, with the swords, I felt heavier. It was like, oh man, these swords, they're weighing on my emotions. I'm feeling so ooga booga emo expressive. Oh my god, my emotions. Edgy, ooga booga. Stop saying it slower and slower. That is not a defense, that is data. What was I on, man? This data is the first of either that I've been given recorded with thanks. It doesn't help me. And so the ugly part, because he doesn't want to say it. He said, the princess trusts you completely. She trusts you inside the hour, which is very like her and very dangerous. Her father is 3 weeks in the ground. The wind force sits in the 7th sanctum. No handgun. There's exactly one person inside these walls and has demonstrated an appetite for collecting things. I ask myself the same question every night since. What would an honest man look like standing where you're standing? And the answer I keep arriving at is, he'd look exactly like you. That is an acquittal, Trafalgar. That is the problem. No, we gotta be like, hey, don't say bad about my Cassie, I love Cassie. Or like, it's like, what the same? Well, shit, I guess. Clever. Be clever in the cell. Alright, so he puts his helmet on. He's making himself into a title instead of a man. So this is him, you know, going into Ooga Booga, Patrick Bateman, where he's like, actually, I need to put myself into another persona right now. Ooga Booga, I gotta lay down the law. And so he'd be yapping a bit more, and no, this is my sword. You cannot. I failed a little, guys. And so everyone's game is going to go differently, at least in terms of like the events that unfold. So it's the story. Ooga booga. Brazier, something. Inside the castle again. There's some stuff, more dialogue. Because, you know, it's an RPG, there has to be, you know, some exposition, and, like, I'm not going to do any cutscenes, so it's all just going to be describing the text. I'm sorry to say, but, like, this is as animated as it gets. If I'm feeling extra spicy, you know, maybe one of them will just be like walk, and, like, maybe there might be a battle scene where one's like, and, like, falls over there. This guy's like, or something like, don't expect anything like crazy, okay? Man, I've just been buying a bunch of assets off of itch.io because, bro, I am not using AI for any of the images because I want to see how AI does images. It's just bad. They all look the same and disgusting. It's just awful. I don't know how anyone designs a game with AI assets and goes, yeah, this looks amazing, because it's awful every time. And then, like, I saw a couple games you made using, like, Claude, and it's just, like, rudimentary, basic shapes, and it's just just so easy to tell is made by AI tool. Oh yeah, and I made this one in Roblox Studio. Like, it was a bit more detailed earlier, but it was really distracting. The whole visual language of the user interface and stuff. And I guess now I can explain the 3D dungeon portion, because this is all running in just vanilla Scratch, right? So you're like, well, how are the walls textured? How is the floor textured? How does any of this work? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm talking all weird too, because like I haven't slept in like 20 hours, 20 something. I don't know, and I got coffee going, right? So I'm just kind of ranting right now. So just forgive me for it. But the floor is a long series of pictures, which is why you can't move freely, because this is basically a GIF of the floor going forward, and there's a GIF of the floor going sideways. So notice how when I go to move sideways, it snaps me to the center of the image, because it doesn't have the images to allow you to move at another angle. And then when you try to look around, so if I try to look around, you'll see how it centers me instantaneously. So there's a GIF of the floor rotating. But the walls, yes, they are genuinely made with Scratch Pen, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, okay, how are the walls textured in Scratch if there's like no way to, make like a texture atlas for walls or anything, or there's not even a way to make 3D cubes or anything, which, is a fair point. But, I think most, or like more Scratchers might be familiar with the concept of raycasters, where you just take a 2D image and you scan the distance away you are from like a part, and you do vertical lines of and so this is made up a bunch of lines top to down. So it uses a bunch of like movement operations with the pen down, so like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and the width of this is like probably 100 and something pixels across, so that's about like 200 motion operations. And then you're like, whoa, how are the walls so detailed? And like, it's pretty cheap to like tell Scratch to be like, okay, just change the color of the vertical ray. So you'll see over here in this corner, I've added like ambient occlusion, like you call it like fake lighting, or like in the corner of the rooms, the lines get a little darker. And you're like, okay, well, how did you add the brick wall texture? And like, it's just a bunch of lines, as you can see. Because I know some people will just try to go, okay, gray pixel, gray pixel, gray pixel, gray pixel, gray pixel, black pixel, gray pixel. Like, that's not efficient at all. And basically, it just draws the wall with the horizontal lines, and it goes line segment here, line segment, line segment, line segment. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, and like 10. It goes like all the way across, so it's like nice and efficient with how many lines it draws. And in the end, I think you have, hopefully, unless I'm being, unless I'm being schizophrenic here, I think it's a pretty convincing 3D area. I haven't even shown off the combat or any of the buttons yet. You have like buffs and stuff, and journal. So some like classic RPG inspired stuff. We have like our cards we can use, our character stuff, and I think the biggest like annoyance I have with like RPGs in general, and this even goes for Block Tales too, but it's fair for it, because like I love the RPG system that it has, like the combat system, where it's like, oh, you have to click at a certain time, and it's like Paper Mario and stuff, which I think is cool. But I wanted to make an RPG where I could just focus on like walking around and exploring the dungeon without combat interrupting. So if you'll see me start to explore, I'm going to take my potions out though. So you click over to dodge, and the dodge window appears wherever the cursor is. So I'm just kind of focused on making things like super comfortable to use. So like, I don't want to have to keep looking towards like a specific section, because I want to be able to keep my eye on wherever my cursor is, because a lot of it's just kind of going over and reading stuff, using stuff, consuming chargers and stuff, so this gives you like a buff, so you have like a 30-second buff. Like I mean, some of these mechanics are based off of some Pet Simulator, because I watched my sister play it a little bit, and I decided to play it myself. I found myself playing it for like 6 hours. And I was like, damn, this is actually pretty addictive. My brain is completely fried, because like everything about it was like super favorable with dopamine, which is like the same thing with like these the pots here, where you can just focus on just doing simple tasks here, where like, okay, it's time to play the lever, which will close the door, and then go over here. Oh man, I have to dodge the raise. I've got stuff going down. I wonder what potions I've collected so far. You could be like, let's use a dizzy dial real quick, which, I missed that one. So we'll use a dizzy dial, which slows him down for 4 seconds. Dodge again. Use my special attack here. There's like a whole pizza. I don't really feel like I need to use that yet, but we can restore half our HP with this one. We have different weapons here too. And all the enemies have like different weaknesses, of course. So you can just be like, okay, this one's made of rock, this one's made of fire. Like they deal the same amount of damage. Actually, some of these have like different power levels, but they're mostly in the same range. It's like 9, 9, 8, 8, so we might want to use like the band camera or like the flare gun probably. Like a party, we have like our map here. I haven't even left the first floor yet. So we already got the lever, so all you have to do now is just exit the floor. And where's the chest? We already opened. So I can dodge these here. And I'll probably add in some additional for like boss encounters. I think would be like the best way to go about doing it. And so we have an exit here. So we're onto the second floor. We haven't even finished the first dungeon yet. We already have like 20 minutes of stuff I've already done so far. And so yeah, I think this is just like a RPG mode stripped down to its most like basic features. And it might look like kind of minimalist, but it's basically just merging the, I guess, some of the walking section here with the whole battle. I can mostly get kind of off about it because, you'll mostly just be doing this pretty like mindlessly. So we can switch there because, I want something that I can play on like a day I come from. I don't have to really think about stuff too much. Just kind of do the thing. So there's like a healing spot when you like finish a floor in case you don't have any potions or like some bad habits. So we can go ahead, since it's the final floor, we can just go ahead and leave. And we finished up, so we'll probably see Griefer now. And he's like, oh man, I did the door 2 hours ago. 2 hours. I've been up here narrating your escape to it. So like, look, it seems like he's been like looking through the hole, watching us do the dungeon stuff. And he'd be like, that's why he'd break into a stockade for everybody. Let's see. As we've seen some posters, so you can go ahead and play this and see what other stuff you get. This is a placeholder asset, of course. And I wanted to go with like these super small assets because you can't really see their face, so this could literally just be anyone. And I think that works out best for me because I'll just have like a random group of like humanoids with like different clothes, and I can say this is anyone. I could say that this is, I could say this is Mayor Monty. I could say this is Trotter. I could say it's Cassie. I could say it's anyone, and it'd be okay because I could just say, oh, they're just wearing like some armor right now. So things like that will make the development process a lot easier for me. And then there's some battles in the overworld too that I probably need to work on too, but for now I think it's okay. So we can get some luck. So we finish the battle, and then Griefer takes up the credit for it. I definitely have to add in his like lead speech where he like uses like numbers in his dialogue, but that was pretty slow. So honestly, I'll probably just make a tool that will just take the text I make and just turn it into like that text, that number-based sort of thing that he does. Oh my god, that was a whole crap load of yapping. It's like not asking. I've already told 3 people I'm doing it. It looks stupid. Point out show. Hey Cassie, if you follow us, you'll be a fugitive too. Yeah, probably not a new one. Add it to the pile. So we have Brad, and so now we have 2 party members. And there's a glitch here that keeps me frozen into things, so we'll just help over here. And there we go. We have Brad. Brad thing following us. We have magic, so now we can go ahead and equip the stuff there. And this is 100% just like the enchantments from Pet Simulator 99. Like I'm not even gonna try to hide anything. This is literally just the enchantments, and it'll just be like fire damage of 30. I think it works, and like you just choose what like spells you want to have active before you go into a dungeon. There's that. Then you have like a log, so you can kind of see the events that have happened on the journey so far. You have like a buff counter still visible, and if you have swords, you can choose what like special ones you want to use. And of course, we've already seen like the fast travel thing. And weapons from the party. You can go and click on them, see some additional info. I think I want to go ahead and like add in like a little bio section to add like a little his dad's or whatever. We have John. Yeah, we have a pretty simple go from point A to point B sort of thing happening here as well. So we can I think Cassie's over here by this way. So it'll be like the road into Lampwick Row, 2 Redcliffe Knights on Frog March and Cassie. I've never been able to pronounce this, but I know how it's spelt because I've seen it in the game. I've seen it in the wiki, so this is her last name. Athenian? I want to say Athenian. We'll just say Cassie A. Back toward the castle road. She's not resisting. Your Highness, please. The commander is extremely specific. She said, Corker, you must say specifically whose. It is a very large castle, and I've lived in my entire life, and I'd argue the stockade is not technically anything there. It is technically inside the walls. And you're wondering what battle stuff. Post-battle frame, the things, we're gonna have our little dialogue over here too. And I definitely need to find like an actual writer to do all this stuff. Oh my gosh, Escalation talks too much to our prisoners. So we failed the goal there. Oh man. So we'll just skip that. Let's just not like. There we go. And now we have 3 party members just like that. I think I want to space it out so like we meet her like later in the story. Cause like we just got Brad. Cause it'd be nice if there was just like some like solo encounters or whatever. Drop something heavy in the water and then follow the water and get the sword. She has like some whereabouts on the sword or whatever, blah blah blah. And we can go ahead and waltz ourselves over to the next dungeon. And then in the overworld here, there is some foliage you can walk through, and you can passively go be like, oh, you found this cool thing. And there's also, I guess I walked a little too close. Lamorak, 3 soups, 2 soups. Okay, move on. So we have like some random encounters with some locals, and we can like knock on people's doors. A knight's widow's house. The door opens before they knock. She looks at the party for a long, then simply nods once the door closes again. So there's like some funny things you can do. There's like some shops, of course, too, where we can like buy some coffee. So I'm gonna go buy some coffee. Weed whacker. I think we need that. We can knock on this door. A child answers, sees who it is, and then shuts the door with the door saying 2 moments till. Let's say hello properly. Hello properly. So there's that. Oh, just some silly banter here. We can sell stuff here. What exactly do we sell? Probably we can sell those around. So I don't think we need that for a little while. We can sell a couple of clothes. Never use the teleport pad. Maybe like some checkers. Keep ourselves alive. And it can go over here. We got like whole pizza. Definitely want some dizzy dials, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna sell the big hammer. I can sell some dizzy dial. Probably get some more gold in the upcoming dungeon. So we'll walk our way over there, I guess. I think it's going pretty good so far. Almost okay. A child sitting on a wall. The one who is looking for. I'm going to tell you what I'm just saying because I've noticed. My dad works in the foundry. It's shut. All of them are shut. The fires won't take. They build them right, and he's home all day now. He's not good at being home all day. Ask about the foundries. Like, hey, what's up with the foundries? Like, all foundries works. That's the big one. They say the crucible's got ice in it, which is stupid because it's a crucible. So I guess we gotta go ahead and enter the dungeon. So I guess we can go ahead and do that then. Actually, not this one, but this one further up. Because right now I have it so like, the other dungeons are locked until you finish the main one. So at the top of Lava Grow, a stone housing over a stair. Going down, the ice creeping up the stones from below, down and above. Right, so that's just it goes. That's how water is. So like there's like some cold stuff happening. So the player probably put 2 and 2 together. Be like, okay, we're probably around the ice stacker. Because like ice is randomly forming in a place where ice and snow usually isn't. Go first. Go first, Cassie. We got too much. I was going out for you. I was going to be relieved when you said no. Go off out for you. Oh, right by. That's not enough. Okay, so we're back into the next dungeon. But we can also decide to leave if we want. Go back out, or we can go back in. So, just in case things go wrong. We also have cards. I haven't used any cards yet. I've probably been working on getting things to work just a little bit. But okay, cards. Potions here, so here's some coffee. Just for a bit without any potions. I'm sure someone will go do an entire run without using any items. Or like a mapless one. So and this one side channel. Something under the glaciate, the party stops. As a person, hold on. She scrapes at the ice with her sleeve under. It's a core block scan. Dazed, dead, frozen, Necro facing inwards towards the city. He's inside the water. Came through the water. So yeah, there's like some stuff happening in the dungeons, and it's all just described through text. Which I think will work for now because I think there's enough gameplay and stuff and like descriptive text for you to kind of, imagine stuff happening. Came through the water and must have overflow. There's an east wall. He's been dead longer than 2 days. Look at the frost inside his armor. Yet I've got nothing. That's not a bit. There's no bit there. And that's good. She's alright. You doing alright there, Cassie? You doing alright there? I'm fine. Ask me someone else. Alright, take it. One, hopefully he's way in. Found it, so somebody else. Yeah, this was going to be first. See, look at the ice from around. This thing is going that way. Away from the apples. Deeper. Tempting. So yeah, you can go ahead and like play the game. I'm gonna probably leave the link open the chest. I still have a couple of no problem. Do some dungeon. Get some loot from these pots here. Get this chest over here. I think I already did the one too, right? So there's my potions. We'll use epic sauce for like the next whatever we find. I think I already did this. Actually, I don't know. It's probably like a separate one. Oh, it's just a pretty long corridor this way. And yeah, I took the Daggerfall approach and had all the units. Saves me some development. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I've made all of these dungeons. And I don't really think I need to. It's just a bunch of brick walls. And some of them are colored differently, dependent on the color. It's frozen over. Oh crap, I think did I sock lock this? Oh, yeah, no. So you can go ahead and heal Rich really quick because he has a bit of damage going on there. And so we can just go straight to the exit on this one because we don't have to find the lever for the last floor. Because I kind of wanted to account for that and be like, okay, maybe the player's tired of finding levers for all the doors, so let's always make the last floor easy. So we can exit there. There's like a service yard behind the row where the cistern vents. Steam should be coming out of there, nothing is. The wall beside the grate gouged up deep in fresh stone wall. 3 parallel scratches, 2 regular to be an accident, 2 crew to be laid. That wasn't there. I mean, I don't know that, but it wasn't there. She sits down heavily on the wellhead, and it doesn't stand back up for the whole scene. I want to say the thing I've not saying since landing. They missed a man, trained. There was a Korvax soldier frozen under Lampwick Row, and has been there for the better part of a week and nobody knew. And the reason nobody knew is that every single person whose job it is to know has been standing at the gate looking for him. And Robert signed that order, and Robert is the good one. Totally believed what he was told. Ask her what she'd have done, and it could be like, suggest the good one is just one who apologizes. Always be like, hey, what would you do? What exactly would you do? Anyone would have asked for it. It's an obvious question. It's embarrassing that it's an obvious question. Right. The trail goes uphill from here, which goes backwards for water, and therefore correct for today. Uphill, the outflow, the Foundry District, Belfoundry, goes deepest. They dug for the casting pit, and I fell in it once, and nobody told me about it. And the boy on the wall told us that the crucible got ice in it, which is stupid, because it's crucible. I've already written that. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm getting dementia. I swear I had dementia while writing this. Get this. Oh my goodness. So we can go over here and just hide this real quick. And we have like a couple of areas to go travel to if we want to. I think we have some weapons here. So like apple wool. I'm gonna try to see if we can find some like good weapons. Actually, I'm gonna go try to sell like a couple of the weapons here. I don't need them all. You can go ahead and try to find. Oh, this guy has a lot of stuff. We've got like a couple blocks and colas. It's really good. And a couple charges maybe. Some coffees. I think would be nice to have. I can knock on the door here. A man in 3 coats behind him. A fire that is Jacob. Dad says fourth time today. Everyone's asking everyone else if there's a lift. Nobody is. He says we've decided it's polite to check. We can knock on the door. But okay, I guess, bro. You can pass this stuff. Ooh, there's like a tonic here. Oh, Busy Bowser, my favorite. Let's sell Busy Bowser. That's fine. Ooh, guys, this. So, a long public stair between the row and the foundry district. 200 steps, switch back with landings. Place on 204 steps, I've counted them. It was 9. When I was 9, and I've never been able to uncount them, they gave the row its name sort of lamp-wick because someone used to come up here every evening and light the whole stair, one lamp at a time, all the way to the top. They stopped doing that before I was born. The lamps are still there, no one's taking them down. It's really Redcliffe. Yeah, Redcliffe, I'd say like the Redcliffe Society is more so just like Ooga Booga, we fight and we make sure we are stoic. And I want to believe like Redcliffe is probably built by Astral Isles. Damn, I already forgot Rover's or Splinter Skies probably. Or maybe like the Emerald Coast, whatever. I've been thinking about that. I'm not even reading what's happening right now. I'm just kind of considering what to put in next. The moon. I failed the roll. How unfortunate. I definitely want to also add in probably like a character creator too. Because you know that's a big thing about the original one. Original Block Tales is that you can play as your Roblox avatar. So I definitely need to add in some customization there. And like some like Dungeons and Dragons style stuff where like you can choose like your like charisma stat or like your heart stat, which like gives you like better chances on like specific dialogue roles based on like what the character is. So like you can maybe like choose like, oh man, like this guy has like some pretty high wisdom, but he's really dumb or something. Or like making a character that's like really charismatic and like good with like people, but like maybe they suck at being genuine or something. I kind of focus these kind of like based on like the sort of health stuff pattern. I'm not gonna get on that. Jesse does not have an answer for this one. There was a battle. I don't even know what that was. I can buy stuff all in it pauses. There's also a couple like UI interactions that I haven't accounted for just because I'm like working on so many sporadically. But the fact that you can like have a fight in front of a store is kind of funny. Because like as you already know, the world's procedural. The world's randomized, and I just gave it a couple rules like, okay, make sure there's roads, make sure there's sections where houses are made, and make sure there's a couple trees that move. And you might think that these have like multiple animation frames, but like Scratch has a low resolution, so like shifting the rotation of the tree just by like a couple degrees really gives it that wind effect, surprisingly. Even though like the shadow's attached, so like I can't really move it too far left or right, or like the shadow will make 0 sense. Oh no. No. Walk, everyone walk, we're walking. Bradley. It's Daniel. Very much okay. I signed it twice because I misspelled it the first time. And I wanted to make some like stupid placeholder text for Daniel because I don't know what I want. I still don't know what I want Daniel to do in the story yet. But I'm just like, it'd be cool if we had like the old man character trope, where he's just like old man, and he's like really good with like magic or whatever. Yeah, got to find the swords. We got to find the swords. We got to find the swords of time. With my fugitives holding my onions. What's under the foundry? We saw a Coldlocks member under their sword under the casting pit. An absurd sentence. Ledge down on a crate squared in the corner and rolls one sleeve. Defend yourself. Dodge. I forgot to leave the fighting the post battle to You threw a lightning bolt at my son. Threw it near, son. I am a poor combatant and an excellent aim. Go, the Bell Foundry gate is chained, not locked. Gauls gave up on the lock we watched, and now no one wrote it down, which is how I know it. They're letting us go. I'm losing track of you in a crowded market. There's already the letter I wrote it this morning, in case somebody has to stay here in the city. While the city is in a field, and is not going to be what the city in a field. Like I don't want to. I do. I'm so tired. Oh my god. I can't. I just noticed that. There's like a 5 war effect where we get rooms in areas that we haven't walked into, like the walls are like slightly darker, and like if you go back, see like the fence isn't there. And yeah, that was just kind of my attempt at like adding like a breadcrumb system where like you can go like, oh okay, I was already here. We don't want to go there because we already hit the lever, so we can just go explore. Okay, so we're on the next floor now. Let's see what weapons we have. Only we have 2. Oh, this is power 11, so which one am I on? Let me just see. Power 8. Yeah, we'll just get that to John. And there's still nothing with our sword yet. I think we'll just go back to up here. Oh, this is a pretty long hall. There's a chest here. Well, it looks like we were able to defeat him with like a single special attack, which is cool. Some things to break. The great crucible, slung in its cradle, full of metal that has never got poured, now a single frozen mass, blue-white. So you have like the ice dagger made lava, turning to ice. Whoa, crazy. Crackle runs up the pot side, or you can put 2 fingers into. It's very quiet. The party's footsteps are the loudest thing in the building. It's saying, can you hear it? Not the bell underneath. That's the sword. Just what's beside it. It's the sword. What's happening? My ask failed. Don't. Not next to this. Now. Pillars are pouring in this pot. It's still undone before we get the sword. It's no use in holding. Okay, well we're back in the dungeon. I think I'm gonna save this just in case. I think what other stuff do I have I can use? Oh, I should add also chest here. Boom. Yeah, like the chest is also a breadcrumb system sort of thing. So like when you open it, you like enter a room and see an open chest, you're like, oh, I remember I entered this room. So I guess that's like another reason for the chest to stay there, because the probably down this hall here. Let's see. Yeah, it's right here. Let's see what this guy's but we got him. Busy Banks. So we'll use a Dizzy Dial for like any of the bosses that come up, I guess. Okay, we'll just walk over here. Dizzy Dial, and I'll use a couple of coffees, and I'll go and use, oh no, never mind, guess I didn't need to do all that. Break the bottle here. We're just gonna leave. The casting pit, fissure ripped through the middle of it, not old, not settled. They're still sharp. And below faintly works stone. Not French, over. It's not French stone. Cathedral stone. We're under the cathedral. No, not under it. Avenger on the way out. Reginald is waiting with 12 knights. Giles and his crew while not helping either side. Listen very carefully. Highness, Canterbury, step away from them. Listen to the conversation. Stay where you are. And it's an incident. And the Cassie does not step away. He didn't say anything either. She just doesn't move. After a moment, Reginald's jaw sets. Right. Okay. Let's see. Tell him to give the order or get out of the way. Tell him he's been looking for you. Okay, do we let Cassie speak? Do we let her cook, gang? I should be like, I gotta tell the tale. The whole box, but hey, there's a little, oh no, a story. There's a dead Korlok scout frozen in the Olympic system. He came in through the underfloor of the east wall. He's been there for 5 days at least. I found him this morning breaking a council order, and I know that's the first thing you're going to say, so I'd like to get out of the way. Let's get this. I don't even know what I said. We gotta fight the guy. We're good. Alright, so now we gotta go down into the oscillator. Ooh, spooky. We only have 2 cables, so we should be able to trade here really quick. I'm gonna sell the flare gun, snowball, stun baton. I really don't need that. Epic sauce I definitely like having. So solution sounds kind of cool. Let me see if I can first of all, I'm gonna keep an eye out for some busy dials. Busy dial. And here. There's nothing here. Knock on the door. Child answers. Oh, okay, it's the same fellow. And I definitely want to add in the ability to talk to a couple of these folks here. I think that would be cool. outside the training cathedral of Redcliffe. Ice on the steps, a dragon Orion, elderly and bothered by any of this. Sweeping ice immediately reforms behind him. Because everything in Redcliffe wants the ossuary. This week, the ice wants it, the cracks want it. 3 rats came up the stair yesterday, and rats don't do that. Now you're here. I'm just going to skip it. But as you can see, there is a lot of different dialogue you can go through, by the way. I think I've made my point here. But now we're in this one here. We have more potions and stuff. I'm going to wrap up the whole thing here. If you want to play the game for yourself, I'll leave the link down below or whatever. But, I just wanted to give my own developer commentary on it because I think it's kind of important to be like, okay, well, here's my thought process on making it, yada, yada, yada. And hopefully that'll help someone, make their own